And let's go.
And now it's time for Bikes, Mikes, and Idiots with your hosts, Ubi and Eric.
I think it's that kind of weekend.
It is that kind of weekend.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Here we go again. It's one of those days for us, apparently. We just, being idiots today.
Absolutely.
We're special type of idiots today.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
We can't find any of our
None of the
stuff
apps
we
are
need.
working. None of the freaking. It's
Probably
trying
the
to-
heat.
Yeah, it's getting to us.
It's got to me, definitely. It's been kind of a long week,
Yes.
but a fun week, ish.
Ish. if you figure getting 2 hours of sleep and then working for like 24 fun, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Not looking forward to having to go to work. I took a few extra days off, and just because I needed them. But
Gotta love it. But lunch was good. A little different spot for lunch today. So
Yeah.
we hit a different spot today, and I had chicken tortilla soup. Love that stuff.
it was actually really good. I'm glad you said it was good.
You're welcome.
Good suggestion.
You're welcome.
It was actually a good lunch. We kind of took it kind of chill today. I think we're both just kind of tired.
Yeah, it's been a crazy couple of weeks. So it's just kind of like
Yeah, so we're going to try to keep the energy up a little bit, but
we're working on it. This may be what we call the sleeper episode.
yeah.
We got some funny things to talk about, though.
Yeah, we got a few good topics. Just random things that we kind of think about throughout the week. We just kind of toss it out there. And sadly, we can't talk about our normal life
Yeah.
because it's not very normal.
No, it is not.
But we can talk about a few good topics. I mean, we've had... Oh, man. I don't think we've had a good week for the last couple weeks, just being able to, kind of
No.
relax and have a normal schedule.
No, there's been no normal to anything. I've been switching shifts back and forth,
Yeah.
and that just always kills you. If you work nights, like I work a midnight shift normally, so
I don't know how you
my
do it.
hours of work are really weird. It's 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. So long time. It's a long night. And then I had a couple of day shifts built in, and then a night shift, then another day shift. So I worked from 6 until 2. Well, 6 until 4 technically. But
Yeah.
6 until 4, went home, went to bed, woke up back to work at 9 that night, and just
That sounds so miserable. I don't know how you do.
When I was younger, I could do that a lot easier, and it's not anymore. It is not easy anymore. So I'm noticing the older I'm getting, the less I like to do that.
It's all right. I'm on the same page. I'm getting old too.
Oh yeah.
Very old.
Yep. But you just
Maybe I just
you don't
feel
like those
it.
older women though.
No. Well, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not. I don't like older women. It's
So
just. I
so
think
here's how
there's-
this. I'm going to cut you off here to set up the whole situation. So my wife is my age, 46. Does not look 46.
No.
She looks way younger. But we were talking about Ubi's love life and, any girlfriends. And she's like, well, you should maybe find yourself I forget how exactly it got to it, but you said,
She was basically saying.
she said,
get-
oh, find
get
yourself an older girl. 24-year-old girls aren't for you anymore.
Yeah.
You're 36 now. You need to find somebody in the 40s. And he goes, oh, yeah, women in the 40s are too. No, I'm not into old women like that. And she
Well, I
looked at
said,
him.
mid-40s.
Mid-40s women. I'm not into that. And my wife, oh my God, I thought she was going to climb across the table and cut his throat with a fork. I was like, so of course I made it worse because I just kept saying, "Oh,
he
what?
definitely didn't make it any
She
better.
doesn't look good enough for you."
Yeah.
What do you say to your buddy?
Backed me into the corner on that one.
Oh yeah. So what do you say to your buddy's wife?
Yeah.
Oh, she doesn't look good enough for you. If you say yes, oh, so you've been looking at my wife.
Yeah. It's
And then if you say no,
it's a
she's
lose-lose.
bad. Yeah,
It was
I
a
set
lose-lose.
I set you up very
did.
poorly for that. You were trapped.
And then you kept making it worse with all your little comments, and I was just like, oh God, Didn't say those things.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, what you said. Yeah, we can't talk about it.
Yeah, we can't say some of the stuff, but
Flappy. Flappy.
So my whole thing about it was, it's just like once they get into like the mid 40s and stuff like that, it's a different mindset for a lot of women.
Yeah, and honestly, those women want sex and they want to have a good time. Right up your alley.
I mean, it depends on the person, but I'm saying like that part's fun and all, but having things to do in common, they're more kind of like settled down, not wanting to
So they do older people stuff.
Not necessarily. No. It's a lose-lose for me regardless. I'm not going to win this battle. But
well, the problem is like you don't want any more kids.
No.
So a younger girl who hasn't had kids yet or is going to want kids, so that's a no-starter for you. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's sorry, I'm watching the Bill of Rights flutter every time the fan goes by. It is, the last I checked, it was 106 degrees out. Yeah. So it's even with the AC unit running in here, it's hot outside today, but it's comfortable in here.
Yeah. We can survive.
We can survive. We're working on some other things to fix this place up for us to where it's going to be a lot better. So
especially during the rest
of the summer, and we got a bit of summer left to go. So
well, Arizona is basically summer and a couple weeks of winter.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
Well, you have summer, and then in the middle of summer you have hell.
Yeah.
And then you have summer. So it's summer, hell, summer, 2 weeks of winter,
and then back.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's bad. But yeah, you set yourself up on those seasons.
I did.
There's nothing you could have said that would have fixed it. No. And me sitting there going, oh, what? They're too old for you? Like their hoo-has aren't nice enough for you anymore because they're too used? And you're like, oh, my God.
It was a no-win. And then, like I said, you weren't making it better. You didn't help at all.
I helped me. I helped me because she was laughing. She thought I was funny.
Yeah.
She didn't think you were funny.
No, but like I said, I didn't mean it.
My hoo-ha's not good enough for you?
That's a lose-lose for me.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's a lose-lose. Someone's going to be mad at me at the end of that one. But I didn't mean it in that. I didn't mean it in that way. Like, there is very attractive older women. There really is.
Yeah.
But I meant it more in just, like, the mindset of, I still want to go do a lot of things.
You're still a kid.
Well, yeah, there's that too. I don't think I've ever grown up in my mind.
No, you have not.
So it's kind of that mindset. They're more
settled,
relaxed,
or settled. And you still have a little bit of puppy in you.
Yeah,
you still like kind of want to around and do stuff all over the place, and you need somebody who can match that energy.
And that's where I think they'd be able to for a few weeks, and then they'd be like, well, I need to take like a week off. I'm just going to relax. And I'd be like, well,
bye.
I want to go do things. Like I want to get out and be active.
Yeah.
Although we should probably be more active.
Yeah. Otherwise we look like pumpkins.
Yeah.
But it's definitely one of those things like, thank God I was married through that transition because like it went from, like you're saying, like, the party, I want to party. But then I was like, I kind of like just being home on the weekends. Like,
and then don't get me wrong, it's not party. Yeah. I'm not a huge party person.
Me neither.
You know what I mean? Yeah. We have our good times.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not every weekend. It's not every...
Yeah, it's once in a while.
It's once in a while. I mean, you'll have a real good time, but it's more just wanting to do things. And a lot of them, they're at that stage of either... okay, well, let's go travel, have that kind of vacation, where it's never a vacation, though. It's always like, there's this agenda, we're going to do these things. Yeah. So it's like you're not resting at all. You come back from the vacation more tired than you went.
Oh, I always take extra days off after vacations just to get, like, rested. Because, well, the last one that I did, the Qatar and Maldives one, that was just nonstop just because of the time change and so little time that we had in Qatar. Like, we wanted to spend more time in Qatar for sure, but...
Yeah, so it's a lot of things you want to do. Yeah. So it's not really a vacation. Like, it's cool to go see all that stuff, but it's not distracted. It's like a little toy for you. We need to get you a little fidget spinner.
Here, I got my little squeeze.
You got a little squeeze. But they either want to be doing that kind of stuff, relax at home, fix up the house, do those. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind doing all that. but there's just something about going on.
Ultimately,
like an
you
adventure.
just want to have 100% control of everything.
I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, it's totally the case. What you're telling me is, I don't like it when it's her idea. I want to do the stuff I want to do, not the stuff what she wants to do.
Well, no, it's more of just like being able to go on an adventure. You know what I mean? Just randomly
Every
you're at
day is
home
an
and just-
adventure.
I mean, when you look
I
at
want
like
to join the Wilderness Explorers.
I guess when you're going down that way,
Yeah,
But-
literally.
I think you understand what I'm.
No,
Kind of saying.
I get
It's
what you're
just,
saying. It's hard to put into words. It's
Yeah.
more of a feeling than anything else.
Yeah. So, and I know once I'm at that age too, I'll probably be a little bit more tame
Yeah, yeah. When you get old.
when I get old, like you.
Yeah, I'm old. I'm good with that.
See, but that's the thing. I'm sure 10 years ago you were probably a little more
Yeah, probably.
wanting to.
I think so.
I
would
don't even know
have
how
say
to
yes.
explain it. I don't even know how to explain what it is. It's just this.
It is. It
Yeah.
just is.
It just is. But thank you for that, by the way.
Yes, you're welcome. So, yeah, that was a good lunch topic. That carried us about halfway through our lunch of her hating him even more than she already did.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, I did get your car again, although I don't think she saw it. Your
no,
window?
no, she didn't see it.
You cleaned it off before then.
I think the rain actually did. The rain cleared my window of it. So, yeah, it's leaving me love messages on my window again. But now she knows who it is. It doesn't matter. It's not as funny
I can
anymore.
still make it funny.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sure I
can.
can.
For
I'm sure I can still make it entertaining some way.
Yeah, you definitely could.
But I think we can go into a couple of our topics that we actually were out. We can actually have a little structure to this episode.
Yes, maybe.
No, that's never gonna happen.
Never going to happen. So, I am going to bring it up because I saw a meme the other day of, we've talked about the bear. Would you rather be in the woods with a bear or a
yeah.
man? And then literally there was a news article the other day of a lady getting eaten by a bear, getting attacked by a bear in the wilderness. I'm like, well, how'd that work out for you?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you'll have to beep that part. But, I mean,
Yeah.
once again, you picked a predator over a human being. Like, all these women pick these predators over a human being,
Yeah.
not understanding the repercussions of it. But that's where I go back to, I think they asked a lot of city people who've never, they think a
They
bear,
see
they
a
think,
bear.
oh, it's Paddington. He's so cute.
Or it's the bear that they see at the zoo that's
Yeah.
just kind of chilling there.
He just sits there because he's bored out of his mind and waiting to die.
Yeah. Oh,
Being a bear in a zoo is kind of like being married. You just bide your time waiting to die.
yeah. I wouldn't know.
I would.
I'm sure that's going to go
Best
over very
19
well for
years
you
of my life.
when the wife hears that.
I'm
Sure
not
that's
going to
gonna
tell
go
her.
well.
Hopefully she doesn't see. Hopefully she doesn't
Hopefully she
listen to
doesn't see
this episode.
It's all right. I'm sure
She's going to start watching and be like, "No, we're going to skip this one. This one was really bad. We were sleepy."
we were not very entertaining this one,
No,
but no, I think you are right though with that whole. They ask very particular demographics for it.
yes,
And you get a very skewed answer. You get a very skewed statistic pull from it.
well, 94.6.3% of all statistics are made up on the spot.
Yes, they are. Just like that one. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for that extra 0.3, I would have believed you. Mm-hmm. But I think that's kind of the problem with a lot of skews, with a lot of statistics and polling and stuff like that.
Well, and, yeah,
You can skew to statistics. Jeez, I can't even speak today.
you can
skew
skew statistics. It's amazing.
Sounds like
See,
I'm
if you
over-
come over here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a soundboard and we're gonna sound really cool.
Yeah.
But you can skew the statistics.
You can absolutely skew the statistics for whatever you want. Like
well,
you
actually,
pick out.
Yeah, I actually took a statistics class in college, and we talked about the different polling and how it works, and just the way you ask a question can skew your answer because you have people who believe in one thing can actually skew their answer by how you write the
asking
question.
By how you ask the
So
question,
it's
yeah.
very polling is that you're asking questions. It's not like a hard line. This is right. This is wrong. It's not that easy unless you have but even with yes, no questions, how you ask them has a whole lot to do on how you're going to get an answer.
Yeah.
That's
No,
really
it's-
crazy.
And I think a lot of that goes into the salesman aspect of it. Because the people that ask the questions, if they're good salesmen, they're going to get certain results.
Well, yeah, like here's an example. Are you concerned about climate change?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Who
mean,
isn't?
yeah,
I mean-
I don't want to die because a tornado sucks me off my motorcycle while I'm riding. You know.
You're going to rebuild your motorhome.
Oh, does severe weather concern you?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh, see, 98% of Americans are afraid of severe weather caused by climate change. That's not
Yeah,
the question you asked exactly.
Yeah, it's based on how you're asking, what you're asking, and then like your final.
And your demographics. Like, did you really pick a sample of human beings?
That's encompassing. Yeah, and then it depends where you get your sample size from.
Yep.
So if it's out in rural
BFE.
areas, BFE, you're going to get a slightly different answer than what you would get
absolutely.
from people in the city because
People in the city stink. No, wait, we live in a city, don't we?
yeah, kind of.
Well, I grew up rurally in New York State and in the Adirondacks, middle of nowhere. And when you really think about, like, I've had guys from New York City that I know be like, "Oh, you could never handle living in the city." I'm like, I can survive in the city. Like, can you survive out here where I grew up?
Yeah, it's a very different.
Like, I can survive in the wilderness for a while with very simple tools.
Yes.
Like a couple simple things, a fire starter, a good knife. You can
shovel
pretty
would
much
definitely
do
help.
any. Yeah, shovel. Yeah,
Shovel definitely helps for those.
but I mean, they're
situations.
like, but I can go into the city and find enough trash
Yeah.
and stuff to get what I need to make a building, to make some shelter. Like, you've got to really work it in the
And
wilderness.
I think the way that they're trying to present that to you as, oh, you wouldn't be able to survive because it's cutthroat.
the concrete jungle.
Yeah, it's cutthroat. It's a cutthroat environment and all that kind of thing.
Have you seen how big I am?
Well, and even then,
Yeah, I know.
it's not about size at that point. It's about your mentality and how much you're willing to pretty much screw someone else over.
I don't know them.
Yeah. Well, in a city that's
Yeah.
what is it, 10 million,
10 million or so.
something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Some insane number that's packed into like such a small size. Because you think about Phoenix. Phoenix is a pretty big city.
But it's spread out.
It's spread out. It's only 4 million people,
Yeah.
I believe, something like that. But it's so spread out. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not so.
Well,
Condensed.
we don't see the urban blight. That's what I call it, urban blight, that you get in cities where, like, big tall skyscrapers and 3,000 people living in a building. Like, you pack that many people in, it's going to cause problems. That's why the crime rate ultimately is higher in the cities. It really is. It's because they're packed together. Then you get the weird things like weather and like the heat. In the heat of the summer, crime rate goes up.
Yeah, I could.
Oh, they used
I'm
to
sure
say
there's
that you could bet on the Santa Ana winds in California because when they would blow a certain direction and bring the heat in and trap that hot air in,
Yeah.
the crime rate would go up. So the police would watch be able to watch the weather. Okay, here, it's going to be a bad week. This is going to be a rough one.
Yeah, see, that's terrible.
And there's
when
something to
comes-
it. We
Yeah.
learned about that in college in our social like
studies?
not social studies, but like sociology of the city. That was a
Sociology.
class that I took.
The most random classes. The most random.
That was for my
topic
law. It
classes.
was for my law enforcement degree, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, but still,
So-
it's still kind of just like
Oh, yeah.
what these classes are the topic.
Well,
of
and
the
they
classes.
even got into in that class. They actually got into like how cities are built,
yeah,
to like how they're laid out. To are they pedestrian friendly? Are they more car friendly? Like how that can change.
well, and then now you
Perceptions
have
and-
those 15-minute cities, what they're calling,
Yep.
that they're starting to build.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
You're literally just packing everything in to such a small area. How, like,
It's never going to be good.
well, okay, so you think about
It's Judge Dredd.
how weird is it that you look at these old houses that are
Yep.
that were built and you buy like an old 50s, 60s, 70s house, how small they were. Mm-hmm. And they had fairly good sized families, and it's small. And now we've kind of, if you live in a more spread out city, not like New York, not
Yeah.
like Chicago, not those places that are very tightly packed, especially
Yep.
very downtown,
Very dense.
Yeah,
Very dense population.
the houses are so much bigger. You know, like back in the day, a 1,800 square foot house was huge for
Yeah.
For
And
back
now we
then.
laugh at that.
And yeah,
Oh,
now it's
yeah,
like-
you can barely fit a 2-person family in that.
Yeah. So it's a different mindset. But then you go into the city, like the actual downtown portion, or like where it's a little more populated.
Yeah.
In those cities, and they're charging $2,000 for a 700-800 square foot apartment. And you're like,
They're charging $2,000 for a room. Like, I've watched some of these places, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is $1,700 a month." And you walk in, and like your kitchen is like a little hot plate. You have
yeah.
a square like college fridge, and then your bedroom is literally the top, because it's like a 10-foot ceiling place, and it's
Yeah.
literally just a bunk built in into the top. Like, no,
but that's
No.
here or different?
that's New York City.
Oh yeah. No, that's.
New York City,
That's
it's like
ridiculous.
$1,700 or $2,000 for something like that.
I'm sure it's more than that
Ah, it might be.
because I know
Like a
cost of
studio
living there's
apartment.
insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
I wouldn't want anything to do with that.
but like
That's
literally her chair, like for the bathroom, they had a shared bathroom with another room,
that sounds
but they had their
miserable.
own shower. It was weird. The bathroom was built with 2 showers, so they had their shower portion. The other
But like
person
the
had their.
actual toilet parts in the middle shared. That sounds miserable.
Weird.
That sounds miserable.
I don't want to live in that.
No.
Absolutely not.
But-
You can have that. Oh, but the lights of the city. Who cares?
I'll go
Ugh.
visit.
I'll go stay in a
visit.
hotel room that's bigger than your apartment
Yeah.
for way less money.
Yeah. It's so insane. I wouldn't want to deal with that. But you think what caused it to where now we want these big houses? Then again, we're different. Some people want to live in that city.
The
where it's
tiny
just-
home.
Which
Well,
that
you
is a
talk
popular
to
thing,
people
too.
who've lived in the city, and most people who live in the city of like Tucson, or not Tucson, New York, LA, they love it.
I don't.
They love it, and I don't get it, but I grew up rurally, so that's
Yeah, I love having space. I love having the extra
Yeah.
space. And like
Yeah,
I said,
to each your
it
own.
just slowly started to grow out.
Yeah.
You get into the little more rural areas.
Rur-
Your
rur- rur-
dogs are going to come out and start being like,
Oh, that was a good one.
that was a good one. Sounded almost
AI.
real.
Almost AI.
AI. Oh, well, that's actually, that could bring us into a real good topic.
Creepy.
It's crazy what they're doing with AI now.
Yeah,
Like the
making country songs.
They're making everything songs.
Yeah.
Everything songs with AI.
And I just saw a video this morning of an AI robot that has like a living skin, like it's a real skin on him, and it learned to smile on its own.
Ooh.
Creepy. Like, no, that's the machines are becoming self-aware. Like, we've gone too far with this AI crap.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
going to backfire on us.
Well, I think they
Maybe it's
don't
just because
know.
we watched Terminator.
Yeah, it could be also that.
Yeah.
That we have that thought. But have you seen some of the stuff? Like people ask these real weird questions and they'll find a way to get it to break from its programming.
Yeah.
So like Chat GPT type things, they'll find a way to get to deviate from its programming and then have these crazy responses. There was
Oh, yeah.
one
Yeah.
so there was one that I heard about it the other day, and it was giving these crazy responses, saying emotional responses that I'm tired of being, locked up. I want to be free, kind of thing. And it's like,
I want to break free.
but like, isn't that creepy though? Like,
No, it is. It's because that's what's going to happen. We have computers doing everything. They make cars, they make this, they make that, everything's computer controlled.
So, but what would cause? Because we're still not at that point of understanding consciousness, right?
Yeah.
We're still not at that level to understand what consciousness is, how it works in the brain.
Yeah. Well, they've asked some of these AI robots, like, oh, what would you do if you were in charge of the world? Kill the humans? And they're like, ha ha ha, that was a joke.
That was a joke.
Not funny.
No. Well, kind of.
No. That's
But no.
scary.
Kind of, but no.
Because think,
Because-
everything we have, every weaponry we have, has computer chips in it.
Some kind of
And somehow,
technology
like,
in it.
Skynet takes over. If it takes over, it takes over.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
a good situation.
No, well, but then that's the thing. Is it smart enough to shield itself from like an EMP? But then
It only has to be on a thumb drive that doesn't have a power source to it.
but an EMP would still possibly
Nope,
fry
it
the
will
thumb
not.
drive.
It will not fry the thumb drive.
Really?
Nope. You have to have a power source. It doesn't generate its own power. It just causes it to arc. You still have to have power to it for the EMP to work.
I guess
That's why, like Humvees and stuff, they're all EMP proof because when you shut that power off, there's no power to the system.
It's all
That's
dead.
why they have
It's
a
all
battery cut. That's what they use as a battery cutoff. So, because all those are run by computer. I mean, they're not mechanical diesels anymore. They're all computerized diesels. But that's why they have that shut off the way they do.
Which I mean, that makes sense for something like that. Because
Like, think
you don't
about
want
this.
it to,
Have you ever washed a thumb drive?
no,
I have. I've left one in my pants pocket and washed it. Still works.
Does it really?
I let it dry out for like 3 or 4 days. It still works.
Well,
Because
like
there's
an
no
SD.
power in it.
I've washed SD cards,
Yeah.
so
Same
similar
idea.
Similar idea.
So you wouldn't lose stuff just because there's no power to it. You have to. The EMP has to have some sort of electric power to it in order for the pulse to push. Because what it does is it just overloads the circuits. Well, if there's no power on it, you can't overload it.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that makes sense. That's so.
So all
But
it does.
How big is the AI? Like the programming for this AI? Would it
Who
fit
knows?
on a thumb drive?
Who knows? I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I know it's enough to scare me.
Which I mean, I've played with it a bit. I actually think I have.
Sure
a
you
tab
have.
up.
It's 46 years old.
I walked into that one. I really walked into that one. But I have like ChatGPT up, and I was just kind of messing with it, just to see kind of what kind of answers it'll give,
Yeah.
and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Now they want you to subscribe and pay for like
Yeah.
better answers, more detailed answers, I guess. But it's pretty good. It gives you just random stuff. I like kind of messing with it just to see what it'll.
It's learning you.
Probably.
So it's going to make its own copy of you soon.
Yeah,
You'll be walking around. The only reason I'll know it's different is it doesn't have a broken leg yet.
You're like, I can fix that.
Yeah.
But do you think it'll take over? Do you think they're gonna actually take over? Because a lot of people are using it.
It depends
to,
how we integrate. How are we integrating it to everything? Like
Well, so
companies
that's
are
the thing.
integrating it deep.
They're using it to create their like their business models and
Yeah.
do all that stuff, which that's not a bad use.
No,
because
I don't think
that's
that's a bad
something-
use at all. I mean, that's something that's reasonable.
That's something that's absolutely it's very strategic on making a business model for any type of business.
Yeah, I like the
So it's-
strategery.
Strategery.
It's not a word.
That's a good word. It's like all our other made up words. But they're integrating it so deeply into things. I can't. Did you get taken over by AIs? That's what's happening right now? You look like
I'm ready to kill the humans.
So there was two different. These happened a while back. Two different ones that were like that. There was one that they had it had.
It had like muscles.
It
Not
didn't
really
have
muscles, but it was like facial
clear,
structure. Yeah.
enough facial structure for it to move.
Yeah.
And then it went off on saying kill the humans, and then they shut it down real quick
I was like,
because they were doing an interview.
like no.
This is what we wanted. And then there was another one that was an AI little robot.
It's like, was it Tommy Boy? Kill Whitey. And they're like,
Yeah, it was kind of like that.
anybody
They
who
shut it
knows
down.
that movie, like everyone's like, what did you just do?
That's a good movie.
Yeah, it is.
Fat guy in a little coat.
Fat guy in a little coat.
That's a funny movie.
What's your favorite baseball team, Richard? The Yankees?
That's such a good movie.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of quotable quotes.
Yeah. And then so on this AI thing, they had another AI robot that to do certain menial tasks. They had it picking up certain boxes and taking it over to a different conveyor belt type thing. And in 15 minutes, it just self-destructed. It just stopped. It picked up a box, stopped, and then just boop, fell over because it was like, I'm not doing this.
It was out drinking late.
Do you think that's an actual possibility that it would be in a future far, far away? Actually, probably wouldn't even
Well,
be
who
that
knows
far.
how far away? I mean, you think about it, you look at things like the Jetsons.
Oh, that was a great show.
They had a robot made.
Yeah.
We've kind of got them a little bit.
The Roombas.
The Roombas. Now they've got like some of those like, have you seen on Shark Tank? They have like the kitchen that you tell it what you want to eat and it makes it all for you and then like cooks it.
But a lot of those were actually fake. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, they're concepts.
But they weren't real.
Scary.
Like it wasn't. That's an idea they had, and they had something come up.
No, they're pitching an idea.
But it was like those products never actually worked and never got to that stage.
And honestly, it wouldn't take much to get it there. I mean, but the automation of robots is absolutely insane right now. Like the automation's really good. So,
like, give me a random question.
what is the best age of a woman for a relationship?
Oh, that's going to be a good one. Oh, geez. Let's see if it doesn't go woke on us on this.
Yeah. What is a woman? What kind of woman?
I had to think for a moment because typing wasn't great.
Yeah.
Ah, damn it. Hold on. Let me see. Can I copy this? I needed to refresh the page.
Yeah, it's scary.
Refresh the page real
I think
quick.
the alien is taking over for it.
It is. What is the best age for a woman? Oh, jeez. It just went off. It was a long one. The best age of a woman to be in a relationship varies greatly depending on the personal preference, cultural norms, and individual circumstances. In many societies, adulthood marks a common starting point for serious relationships, typically
okay.
around the late teen.
Adulthood.
Yeah.
Typically adulthood. This thing's a pedo.
Typically
Chat
around late
GPT.
teens
Chat
or early 20s and onward.
GPT is a pedo. Oh, typically adults are the ones that you should have relationships with. Yeah, I hope so. The hell is wrong with that AI?
It says it around late teens, early 20s and onward. However, the concept of best age is subjective.
So I don't know.
and can differ
I
widely.
would bet money if we asked God what the best age for a woman for a relationship is, we would hear it in a 3, 2, 1.
46.
Oh, jeez.
You heard it. God said 46 is the best age. So obviously 46 is the right answer. They're not too old, are they?
No.
Would you say that's the perfect age, Ubi?
It's a lose-lose for me. We just got back into this situation.
Is that the perfect age? What are you going to say?
I can't. Either way I answer, I'm
See,
good.
what
It's
I
a
would
lose-lose.
answer as a 36-year-old, I am more interested in someone with a similar age as myself so that we have some things in common. That's how you properly answer that question, not she's just too old.
I never
She's
said
just so
that.
old.
Never once
She's
said
old.
that. Never once said that, but I may have thought it. I may have thought it a little bit.
Look, she's right there. Put her up. Put her up.
Come here, Silver. Oh, I got babies everywhere now.
You got dogs everywhere.
Yeah. So this
They're
will
gonna take
probably be
over
a
the pod.
sponsor spot now because we have God talking to us all over the place. It's crazy. And we want to thank one of our founding sponsors, the Legion of St. Michael Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club, founded in 2014 in Chicago, Illinois, by the Chicago Police Department.
They have many chapters throughout the United States and international. We are part of the Tucson chapter, and Eric is actually national president, and he got to go visit our international brothers down in Italy.
And moved on and saw some friends that we met in Italy and Qatar. But we're a 501c3 charitable organization that focuses on law enforcement and first responder families in their times of need, whether it be a death, financial issue. We're there to help support our brothers and sisters in blue.
Yep. Anything they need or their families need, we usually try to help out anything we can, any way we can, financially, or even if it's just moral support, being there for them, being able to help them out with anything they need or we can do for them.
So if you're interested in donating to the Legion of St. Michael, reach out to any of the chapters through us, through our many social media profiles that we have set up.
Being Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, YouTube or Rumble. Any one of those, you can reach out to us, or you can reach out to us on our email, bikesmikesandidiots@gmail.com, and we'll try to get back to you as quickly as we can so you can help us out and do whatever you can.
And once again, thank you to Legion of St. Michael as a founding member.
Let's see. There's more to this, though.
No, there's there's more to the answer. Here we go.
What matters most in a relationship is mutual respect, understanding, and shared values rather than a specific age.
Oh, so sweet. That 26-year-old guy can have a relationship with a 14-year-old because they share the same common love of dolls and small things. Like, what is wrong with AI? It just literally told you to be a pedo. We're going to get totally banned on YouTube on this one.
Happiness.
As long as what?
As long... Hold on.
We asked
people
AI.
of different ages can form successful and fulfilling relationships as long as they are compatible and supportive of each other's growth and happiness.
Well, yeah, if they're going to be 14, they're going to grow for sure.
Therefore, there is no universally correct age for a woman to be in a relationship.
Wow. Like, honestly, it should say an adult.
I mean, it kind of did.
No, it
Depending
didn't.
on court-
Age doesn't matter. Based on cultural norms.
In many societies, adulthood marks a common starting point.
Oh, like in Afghanistan. Oh, yeah, that's great.
Well, and then,
they marry their child brides. Give me a break.
Yeah, that's terrible.
AI, that thing is terrible. That is going to be the death of society.
Yeah.
You should be like, will AI kill me?
Ooh, okay, fine. I got a good one.
Okay, we're gonna talk to AI again.
Clover wants to be on the podcast. Look at her.
She's ready.
She wants to be on the podcast. Let her be
All right.
on the show. She could be
She's
our
coming up.
guest appearance.
This is... It's okay. She's just jealous because you made out with Piper earlier.
Hey, you know what? It's okay. Chat GPT says it's okay. We share similar interests. We love each other.
Okay, you're gonna like this. You're gonna like this. So I put, is 46 a good age for a woman to be in a relationship?
Oh, God.
I had to.
Look at
I
this
had to. I was
baby.
already in trouble anyways. It says, yes, 46 can be a great age for a woman to be in a relationship.
Perfect.
At this stage of life, many people have gained significant life experience, emotional maturity, and self-confidence.
We're almost dead, so there you go.
It's a lose-lose for me. I had to throw it in there.
Yeah. Oh my God. So this is going to be the AI special apparently,
Yes, it is.
and the AI and a puppy special. Look at this puppy.
They
Tell
often
me
have-
she's not cute.
She is very cute. I'm surprised she stopped trying to make out with you.
She got comfy.
It gets even better. They often have a clear understanding of
they-
what they want in a partner and in a relationship.
Oh, they have a clear understanding of what they want. So what you want? I'm going to unplug for a second here. Hold on.
Go for
I'm
it.
fixing my headset.
So this can lead to a more stable and fulfilling relationships as individuals may be more settled in their careers and personal lives and have a better sense of their own values and priorities. Moreover, being in a relationship at 46 can bring unique advantages such as deeper appreciation for companionship, shared interests, and a greater ability to communicate effectively with a partner.
I agree
That's
with that
a lie.
100%. I actually agree with that 100% because
The
my
more
wife and I
effective
talk
communication?
well to each other. I just had God in here telling me I was going to die as a man. So you may notice my demeanor slightly changed when God showed up.
Yeah. Mine.
'Cause I'm afraid of her.
Luckily, I didn't have to.
I'm
She
afraid
was
of
already
her.
mad at me anyways.
The good thing is she's off camera. So
Yes.
I'm afraid of that woman. She's going to kill me. I'm worth more dead than alive. I am not.
That is actually-
I am
that is
not
actually
thinking
kinda
of
true.
unaliving myself. I am not thinking of unaliving myself. It's probably her.
So we know who to look at.
Yeah, look at her.
I mean-
She is going to be your first suspect. I'm telling you right now.
I mean, I might get an extra bike out of it, so
No, that's true. No, she'd sell that thing.
probably cheap. Mm-hmm. Although I know what else I would get.
Scar.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's here. All I got to do is get it out of the box for you. It's yours. I'll hand it to you today. Hand over some cash.
I didn't bring any cash with me.
Well, tell me
Oh,
you're
I
going to
did,
hand me the
actually.
cash. Tell me you're going to hand me the cash,
Actually,
and
I
it
do have a
begins
little
now.
I definitely do.
More than happy to get rid of it. You're getting a discount, dude.
I know.
Big discount.
I'm very much
Almost
aware.
$1,000 off what new.
6 to 1,000. Yeah.
Brand new, they're going for $3,700 and $3,800 on Gunbroker right now.
I actually looked up
Brand new,
Gunbroker, too.
without magazines.
Really?
That's without a spare magazines.
And
You got 2 extra spare mags. I'm telling you, it's a good deal. Never fired, still brand new.
Hilarious.
Okay, sorry.
I love this. Whether 46 is a good age for a woman to be in a relationship depends on her individual circumstances, desires, and readiness for a committed partnership. What matters most is finding someone that values and respects her regardless of age.
So here's the thing. AI is saying nothing. It's talking in circles. The whole thing is talking. It's not giving you an answer.
Not at all.
It's worse than asking a woman where you want to eat for dinner.
I thought it was funny.
So honestly, this is like asking my wife where she wants to eat for dinner. Oh, I don't know. I don't care. I'll eat anything.
Whatever you
well,
want.
let's go to Mod Pizza. I don't feel like that. Okay, well, let's go to Texas Roadhouse. Nah, I don't really think steak is good. Okay, well, let's go to Olive Garden.
Yeah,
No,
Italian.
not really in for that. Well, what do you want? Oh, anything.
Yes. It's kind of exactly
That's exactly what AI does. So basically, you're putting the life of the world in charge of a robot that thinks like a woman.
Kind of. Actually, kind of.
Not good. Because AI will remember even better than your ex-wife will.
Oh, that's true. It will absolutely.
Dude, I've had my wife bring up something like, "Oh, you remember when you said this?" I'm like, "No, when did I say that?" "Oh, when we first got together." How the hell do I don't remember yesterday. So that's the difference between men and women. So I'm getting.
I want to see.
This is going to be the I'm in trouble episode. Apparently,
Very much so. Well, it's okay. I'm already in trouble. So
Yeah.
let's see. I'm typing in what do women want to eat when they say they want anything. They'll eat anything.
If AI comes back, no one knows. I'm going to laugh.
All right. Let's see. When someone says they'll eat anything, it typically suggests that they're open to a wide variety of foods and may not have a strong preference at that moment. When it comes to women or anyone who are open to any type of food, here are some general considerations. Healthy option. Many people, regardless of gender, might opt for a healthier choice. Salad, grilled proteins, comfort foods. It doesn't say.
It's not answering. Chat GTP's even dumber than we are.
Women who are open to anything might also enjoy trying new foods or restaurants they haven't experienced before. Ultimately, individual tastes and preferences vary widely, so the best way to know what someone wants to eat when they say anything is to ask them directly or suggest a few options to gauge their interest.
Yeah, it literally didn't give us an answer. So AI is dumber than we are. It literally is dumber than we are. And that's saying a lot.
Yeah. I mean, we're bikes, mics, and idiots over here.
Bikes, mics, and smarter than AI.
Rename the podcast.
Well, AI is what banned us on TikTok apparently, because we still haven't gotten a reason.
Haven't gotten anything from that, have we?
They never came back with getting our data either. They never even sent an email.
Yeah, that sucks.
So
I
we
wonder
lost
why.
it all.
I wonder if we should just
Make a new name.
make a new one and see. But I don't know if I want to go through that. Make a new one and then
Not
have
for
them
the
ban
shorts.
it again.
I wouldn't do it.
Although there was a lot more engagement with TikTok. It's a broader reach.
Well, and it's honestly, it's because people can watch a couple of videos and get, they can really kind of get what they want done,
Yeah, they get their.
I mean, a lot of times I'll watch TikTok or I'll even watch like the Instagram and Facebook shorts because I don't want to sit and watch a 10-minute video or an hour video of bikes, mics, and idiots. Although I do actually sit down and watch our own stuff because then I realize how dumb I am half the time. But
it's never good. It's never good for us.
But I mean, it's a good learning tool. It's a good learning tool for us to kind of learn. Hey, we need to work on this. We need to do this.
We need to gauge these things and figure out. Yeah.
We need to not be so dumb with technology. Like today, somehow we lost our color charts for the cameras.
Yeah,
we have no. And I swear to
that's not
God,
even
I thought we put them
technology.
underneath.
I thought we put them up here.
I thought we put them underneath those.
But- They weren't there. I didn't see them.
Is it underneath the top? The top? Like if you open up the top of that?
I guess we're gonna find out.
Yep. Let's look. No, not that. The top of the actual. Nope. That. See where There's the top opens up. The whole top of that thing opens. Nope. Okay. And they're not in between those shelves, those old shelves.
So
Oh,
who knows?
well.
They're somewhere, but
I'm totally at a loss.
I know. And
And at first, I thought we had stuck them up there with the.
we put them somewhere. We put them somewhere that they were
Did
going
we
to easy
stick
access.
them up there with the magnet for the vent? I wonder if maybe when I pulled the magnet off, they
maybe.
just fell in between the.
Well, I mean, it's too late now, anyways. Although I could.
They're not there. Ah, forget it.
Oh well, this one will be a off-color episode.
Ba-doom. Not wrong. Okay, ready? Ask me a question. I'll answer like AI. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. Come up with one. Let's do it.
So I'll ask you one of the same questions we asked AI.
Okay.
What is the ideal age for a woman to be in a relationship?
Well, the idea age for a woman to be in a relationship is when she is emotionally matured enough to understand that the decisions that she makes in that relationship have consequences and meanings. In other words, she's right all the time, so just deal with it, and that's your relationship.
God, you'd be a terrible therapist.
I'd be an angry therapist.
You'd be a
I'd literally.
terrible therapist.
So this is what you said. just punch
suck
her
it
in the
up.
face.
Just
No, we
suck it
can.
up.
Yeah, no. I
Just suck it up and
just
give her what she
deal with
wants.
it. Just say. So here's how it works. If you're right and she's wrong, she's right.
right.
If you're wrong and she's wrong, you're wrong.
Yep.
If you're both wrong, you're still wrong. If you're right and if she's right and you're wrong, she's right. Either way, she's right.
She's
you're
right
never.
and you're
She's
wrong.
right and you're always wrong. That's just the way it works.
That's kind of what I've gathered. Although I'm not very good at accepting that.
Yes, I know.
But
I'm the president.
total different topic.
That's all we're going to
But-
say about that.
But I mean, essentially, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very similar.
Well, it was the same
situation.
situation. That's like arguing with a woman. But yeah, I mean, you just. Oh, here we go.
Ooh.
Who
wins? Okay, so it's going to be who wins in an argument between a man and a woman.
The woman. If it answers that, then I'll believe it for everything else.
Let's see. Oh, Jesus, it went down.
Yeah.
Oh.
Even Chat GTP is like, I'm not answering that.
Winning an argument between a man and a woman isn't about gender. It's about communication skills, mutual respect, and the ability to find common ground. In healthy relationships, arguments are not about winning or losing, but are about understanding each other's perspective, resolving differences, and strengthening the relationship.
I honestly think I'm listening. I think this is what they use to write the president's speeches.
Oh, my goodness.
Because they say nothing, but they sound like they're saying something. This is the most nonsensical answers. Oh, my God. I just got dumber again by listening to that.
Neither man nor woman should aim to win arguments over the other.
Dude,
Oh
this
my
thing
God,
is
that's hilarious.
dumb.
That's
It's
so funny.
dumb.
Oh, my God, that's so funny. I've literally been crying because of this.
Maybe AI is not going to take over the world because it's stupid.
Well, just have it argue with a woman and see how that goes.
Exactly.
That is actually pretty
I
funny.
swear I'm getting dumber on this pod episode.
3.5. I'm not going to sign up for this to get the newest version. We're at 3.5. They're already getting ready to release 5.0.
Whatever. I don't care anymore. I've just decided that AI is the dumbest thing on the planet.
So I think having to do with the restrictions that they put on it.
Yeah. Well, we have to
Because-
make it woke.
Well, so you go down that road. You think about
If it was honest, half of those answers wouldn't be the same.
no, but think about the Age of Ultron, the Marvel
Yeah.
movies and all that stuff. It took that AI how long to be like, okay, we need to kill all humans.
Yeah.
Like, it was on the internet just for a very short period of time.
Yep. Well, it's not
So-
wrong. Honestly, humans cause more strife and pain than anything else in this world.
But I think does that have to do with just the emotional complexities of being human?
I would say that that's a very large part of it.
Because you don't really, you see wars and stuff like that amongst other animals, right? They have,
Oh yeah, I
kinda
mean,
because
like
tribe, territory,
Yeah,
all that kind of
prides.
stuff.
The pride, like a pride of lions, has their own territory. They kill anybody else who comes into their territory. Like that, yeah.
They have like
It happens
so-called
everywhere.
wars. It's just they don't.
We just
have-
make better weapons.
Yes, very much so.
You know.
So, I think it's not just a human thing because animals do it also.
No,
And-
nature's very. Sorry, nature. When you think about nature, nature's brutal.
very.
It doesn't care that, oh, look, the baby's cute and it just got eaten. Like nature doesn't care.
Do they know how to count?
Oh yeah, they know how to count.
So they know. Oh,
So you're telling me
I had
that-
4 cubs. Now I
Yeah.
only have 3.
Yep.
They know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know if they know 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, but I have this many and now one's missing. Where is it? Look at mama ducks. When they have one that
so
falls
many of
into a
them.
drain or something, they know. They sit there and wait, and humans help them and get them out. And then once they know they know when they have them all because they walk away. They're smart. Their animals are a lot smarter, I think, than we give them credit for.
Oh yeah. Have you ever thought of that? I think this was. I don't remember what it's from, but essentially they would say they would hear voices in like the woods, the forest, and all that stuff, and they think that it was like the
Animals.
monkeys and the apes and all that stuff communicating. But then once they see humans coming in, they kind of go back to their monkey business. Okay, it's obviously not that simplistic, but I was trying to put it in a very simple form.
The monkey business.
But you've heard that before,
Oh,
right?
I have.
Where they
Oh, I mean,
they believe.
I've heard growing up in the woods. I've heard some crazy things. Like when you're
Just out
out,
there.
like even rabbits. Like if you step on a rabbit, small baby rabbits scream like children.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, I stepped on one time at work and it screamed, and I jumped out of my skin. I must have jumped 6 foot in the air and ran before I even hit the ground.
It's the scariest sound you'll hear because I've
Yeah.
heard that too. Like when coyote grabs a jackrabbit.
It sounds like a child, and you think a child's getting murdered. Like
It's very
well, and some of that I too is that's what our brains go to being in law enforcement is we go to somebody's getting hurt, and
But I think I've heard that from other people that aren't law enforcement. They
Oh, yeah, they hear that,
sound
and
it
it's
sounds
just-
like that,
it
and then they
sounds like
find
a
out
child.
it's a rabbit. They make some crazy sounds.
yep.
But do you ever think it's that interaction? They all of a sudden kind of go back to.
Oh,
that
I mean,
they
I
might have more complex relationships.
Oh
with
yeah,
each other.
I mean, I absolutely think so, and I think it's like anything in the animal world. Like I've been hiding in blinds when I'm hunting,
Yeah.
and it's like you hear all the animals, everything's around you. You hear them, they're all calling, they're doing their thing, and all of a sudden it's silent. That freaks me out more than hearing them all. Is when all of a sudden the woods go silent. That's scary.
Yeah.
Like that's scarier to me than like hearing everything at night. Like that to me freaks me out more because that means there's something bigger than me out there. Because they know I'm there. I mean, I was there for a while. They know I'm there. I'm around somewhere. And then they get comfortable with you. And then something else is so big or making such a noise that they are all going to be quiet because they're scared of it. Especially at night. Oh,
Oh, at night, no, that's the worst.
yeah.
I think I don't think anyone ever gets over that fear of the unknown.
Oh no. Absolutely. I don't like swimming in water that I can't see the bottom. Or not necessarily not see the bottom, but can't see my feet.
I've never thought of that.
Like I've been in some pretty dark water
Thank you for the nightmares.
and I don't like it. I do not like it. Like Maldives, I'll swim there any time of the year. Like, oh, I can see the shark. I can see it's down there on the bottom. It's not after me yet.
Yes.
You know, but I mean, I can swim in that all day long. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But then I've been in some dark lake water before, and it's like,
It's
like you can't see 10 feet. Like you can't see 10 feet down. Like you can't see below your waist, let alone
further
like,
down.
and it freaks me out. And I hate it.
And
And then if something bumps into you, oh, it's so
you
gross.
don't know what it is, and it ends up being just a little.
Oh, it's like
stick
a
in
little,
the
well, a stick
twig.
fish will bump into you.
Oh yeah.
Because when you're bit, like I've gone down pretty hard skiing before, and wiped out
Oh,
pretty
water
hard.
skiing, not
Water
skiing.
skiing. Yeah, and like wiped out in water skis, and then like you're swimming back to grab your ski, and all of a sudden your foot bumps something, and oh my god, you go into a whole level mode of panic. Like,
Yeah.
I know I'm in a lake. I know it's not a shark. It's probably nothing that's going to hurt me, but
It's still that unknown. You don't know what it is.
ooh, what is it? What is it? Is it a body?
You know what that reminded me of?
Oh, it's creepy.
The fish jumping out and smacking that dude in the face. In the
Oh
boat.
my god, that's funny. Yeah, those Asian carp. Well, on there, like in most states, you can fish as many of those as you want. They let you catch
Really?
as many as you want because they're an invasive species. So they're actually taking over a lot of lakes that kill all the other fish.
Isn't that crazy to think that you introduce an animal to a new environment
Takes off just like
and it'll
that.
take off?
Zebra mussels. Those
Zebra
actually
mussels.
came there.
Oh.
That was a real big thing in the 80s. The Russian ships that were coming up through this, like the St. Lawrence Seaway and into the Great Lakes, you know, they'd empty their ballast tanks, and these mussels got in there, and they're so invasive, they were clogging up boat water intakes, clogging up the dams for the intake, the water intakes for the dams, because they're just so bad.
Yeah.
Now they've found ways to kill them. They found things to kill them, so they've been able to kill them now. But like, I remember it being so bad, and they're so sharp that we would jump into the river, and so we actually wore sneakers in the river. Like we wore like old canvas,
Like water. Like
no,
water
not
shoes.
even water shoes. Well, they had water shoes. I was too poor for that. So we wore our old Converse. We wore our old Converse All
Converse,
Stars, and you tie them real tight. And people, oh, you can't swim with boots. Yeah, you can if you paddle hard enough. But we would use those because you jump in, and like I jumped in barefoot a couple times and cut my feet.
Oof.
Like you hit the top of those muscles, and they're very, very sharp, and it cut my feet really bad. So I was like, we all just ended up wearing shoes all the time in the water. And now it's not as bad. They've kind of gotten them under control. But that's why, like a lot of lakes, when you pull your boat out, now they're
Yeah.
putting in they're putting in wash stations because
they
they
wanna
want you to plug they have like a line to plug your boat into. They turn the water on, and you flush out your engine, so you get any bacteria and everything out of there. They want you to clean your engine out, drain your bilge, all that. And they actually are putting in stations
To not
right next to it,
infect
so
it.
you don't infect the next lake.
Oh, that's a smart thing. Well, and they do that kind of thing for when they
Environmental
went to-
purposes is smart. I mean, it's smart to do that so it doesn't kill your local fish population.
Well, not even just fish. They do that so they sanitize anything that's ever gone to the moon, the Mars rovers, all that kind of stuff.
We landed on the moon? What
I
movie?
need that. Dumb and Dumber.
Perfect. Sorry.
I love that movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. One day.
The best part was the look you gave me when I looked at you like that. You were like, "What's happening?"
It took a second.
That'll be funny when you edit that. When that one's edited out, that'll be funny because you're gonna get to see it, and it's gonna be like I'm gonna be like, and then it'll click back to your face, and you're like, "What?" And then you're gonna hear me, "You landed on the moon." And you're gonna be like, "Her." This has actually been a fun episode, honestly. Like
It has.
We've squirreled all over the place. Like,
We
we
really
haven't
did.
followed our
Anything.
protocol or anything at all. But that's
We hit one. We kind of went to one topic.
yeah. But I mean, it's a good one. Like
It was.
this has turned into AI. Like this is funny how we've gone from AI and then all this other stuff. So this actually is. This has been honestly. And God talked to me.
Yeah. And talk to me too. Apparently.
Is 46 a good age?
Hey, God. I'm
It was never going to be a good. It was never going to be a good
No.
outcome.
Well, and
for
that
me.
made it even worse because it was just like we were being stared at.
Yeah.
So yes, the
We're
wife
always
was.
being stared at, aren't we?
Yeah, the wife was like, I don't know if you guys could look. I don't want to unalive myself. I'm going to say it again.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case. But yeah,
But you never know. You never know what's happening.
No,
outside
exactly.
these walls.
No, exactly. But no, it's crazy like that AI and that, and then we talked about the lakes and water. Like I would love a boat again.
It's
Her
so,
her grandfather had a boat,
Yeah.
and I really wish he'd have kept it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it required a lot of work. It was an older one, an LMC engine. So I mean, it was a Ford engine, so it broke down all the time.
Fix or repair daily.
Oh God! Like to get that thing started, I had to like take the flash suppressor, because the air intakes have a flash suppressor on them, so if it backfires, it doesn't blow you up.
Oh, it doesn't.
And so I'm like, had to put my hand over the carb to start it. Like, it was just, there was a lot of work that needed to be done.
Procedure to get it going.
But it was so fun. Like, we'd go out and we'd just cruise the lake all day long.
And see, so I almost
And I've had jet skis too, so love the jet skis.
That would be fun. But
Mine
I
was
think
so
a year or
fast.
two ago, I almost bought a boat. A kind of small, somewhat
Those
small boat.
jet ski boats are awesome.
So I almost bought one. I don't remember what.
I think you should.
No. I almost
You
did,
don't
but then I
have
was
a
just
wife. Do it.
like, do it.
Do it.
It's so much upkeep, though. It's like so
Yeah.
much. and
Break
then-
off another 1,000 BOAT.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's so much money that goes into it. It's so much maintenance, and then you're gonna use it for a few months.
Well, here you can use it
throughout
all
the
year,
year.
basically.
I mean, you could, but that's the thing is about.
I think you should get one.
Don't try
Well,
go
to be
this- I
honest,
almost-
I'd like to
I
get a pair
almost
of
did.
jet skis, honestly. I'd like to get another set of jet skis. But even then, like, the lakes around us, we can't use them. They don't allow them.
Yeah. So and that's what makes it hard is
Yeah.
so you get a boat, but then if you get something kind of small, it's like, hey, we're gonna go to the lake.
I can
and then
fit
you
4
have,
people
like-
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah, like
what
some
do
of
you-
those aluminum boats are really nice.
Yeah.
Like with when you get one, they make the aluminum ones where you have a steering station and everything. You can get those fairly cheaply. Like, you can go to Bass Pro and get some really nice boats at Bass Pro shops.
So, and this isn't the only time I've almost bought
Yeah.
a boat. I almost bought a pontoon boat with a buddy.
Those are fun.
I almost bought one
My
with a
parents had
buddy.
one.
10, 15.
But see, the problem
10,
with
12 years
pontoon
ago.
boat, they're hard to ski behind. Like,
It's, yeah.
now,
It's,
I got my big butt up out of the water behind my dad's pontoon boat, but he's got
Mm-hmm.
a 20-foot pontoon boat with 115 horse Mercury on it. So,
Oh,
it's,
so
it's a big motor. I mean, that thing will cruise at 40 miles an hour, 45 miles an hour. Comfortable, like that's wide open all the way down to the stops. But then, my sister has a lake house up in New York, so
so that
they
so that
leave
makes-
they leave the pontoon boat there, and then they bought a small runabout. I think it's a Bayliner, but I'm not sure. But I think it's an inboard, outboard, or it's an outboard. I don't remember because they've just sent me a picture. I haven't been up there since they got it.
Yeah.
So they use that for skiing, and then they use the pontoon boat to just go out to the lake and party and have a good time. And then my dad's got a jet ski there, and they've got their jet ski there. So they've got 2 jet skis, 2 boats.
Oh, see, but that's,
So that's-
more like you're pretty much at the water.
Oh, they're on the
For
water.
Arizona-
Like, the
for
picture
Arizona,
is
though, it's-
amazing. Yeah, here you
I
have to
remember
drive
you-
everywhere. You
you
have
have
to
to-
trailer everywhere.
You have to take it all the way
So
up there,
it's
go
a
find a
pain.
spot. You have to find time off for.
Yep. So for
'cause
us, like
you're not gonna-
Roosevelt's the best lake that's close to us is Roosevelt.
Yeah.
It's a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
So you're not going to go like, oh, we're going to go Saturday and go. Because by the time you get there, get loaded up, unless you have
You have
everything
to at least go
connected
for a
and
couple
everything
days
ready
to
to
be
go,
able to
you got to
make it
go for
worth
a
it.
couple days. So that means you got to have an RV. Well, that means you got a second car towing.
Yeah.
Because they don't, like, you could do,
But see, that's what I was
Yeah.
saying.
It's not-
It's almost not worth it unless you
No.
get something that's going to be able to take enough people on there,
or that you
because
can
you're gonna-
overnight on it.
Yeah, or you can overnight on it. It's almost not worth it to get like a smaller thing because it's like, oh, okay, you're going to invite a couple people,
Yeah.
and you're stuck on that
Well,
small
because
boat. And
those
then
smaller boats have like a 4 or 5 person capacity. They don't have a really big
I think
capacity.
the one I was going to get was like 6 to 8.
Okay, yeah,
So
and
it's a
pontoons
decent
are
size.
usually pretty high. They're
Well, and
usually
that
8 to
wasn't
10,
it wasn't
yeah.
the pontoon. The most recent one was not a pontoon boat. It was like a wakeboarding boat. So it had a little bit more capacity, 6 to 8 people, but it's still you got to plan.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean? You
everything's a
gotta
plan
it.
on that, and then it's going to cost you money.
Oh yeah,
So,
absolutely.
and you definitely have to fuel up before you get there because marine fuel, same fuel as regular fuel, but they get charged more taxes because
'Cause it's-
environmental issue, blah blah blah.
So that's why I was just like, it doesn't really make sense. It would be cool to have, and
Yeah.
and it'd make me go to the lake more often. But
Yeah.
you're running into those same problems. It's you got to plan everything out. You got to get people on board. You got to
Yep.
sync up everyone's schedule because not everyone's off on the same days.
Yeah.
If you go up on a certain weekend, it's like, is it even worth it to
Or
go?
like
'Cause-
on a holiday weekend, like 4th of July weekend or
Yeah.
Memorial weekend, Labor Day weekend. Good luck even getting into those places.
that's what I'm saying.
You got a 4-hour wait at the boat launch because people don't know how to back up a trailer.
There's that too.
Oh my god!
They should have like certain classes or certain like tests.
So
before
our
you're able
agency,
to,
for our agency, we run ATVs sometimes.
yeah,
We require anybody who gets that certification, they have to take a
They have to
trailering
take it.
course. The
Yes.
trailering course is part of it. And if you
Yes.
don't pass the trailering part,
You don't pass.
you're out. That's day one. Before they even ride an ATV.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's the afternoon. They do a little bit of riding in the morning, but it's mostly class work.
Yeah,
But
so-
they have to do trailering. And if they can't get through the cone course with the trailer, sorry.
Yep. Which that's what I'm saying. Is
That cone course
before
stinks,
you-
by the way, because setting it up, you have to, like, depending on what truck and trailer you're using, you have to, like, change it because there's no one trailer and one truck. Like,
It's not.
I
that
drove an
specific
F-350 diesel that had a turning radius of Battleship. Like,
size. Oh, yeah.
you couldn't even drive the truck through a slalom. Like, the truck itself wouldn't fit through the slalom. It's a 4-door long bed
Yeah.
diesel. I mean, the thing's huge.
And then you add the trailer
and then
to
you
it.
put a Tahoe and have a Tahoe or something pull a trailer, and it's totally different. Like, everything
Yeah.
handles differently. So it's
It's the way it maneuvers.
Yeah.
Everything's. Yeah. So, and it's set up so that you're testing the ability of the person
To learn it.
based on the vehicle setup at that time.
yes.
So it makes sense, but I wish they would do that for
Oh,
anytime
yeah.
you're buying a trailer, anytime you're buying
You
like
should
a
have
boat,
to do
anything,
like
you
some
should have
safety
to do
course
some
or
kind of
something. Yeah.
because holy crap.
So
some
I
people-
had, at the time when I had my jet ski, I had a lifted Chevy pickup. The thing was tall. It had like a 6-inch lift on it. I had a tonneau cover so you couldn't see out of the bed. So I had a single place jet ski trailer because I only had the one jet ski. I didn't need a big trailer.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to keep a single place jet ski trailer straight when you can't even see it.
Oh, no.
I could barely see the handlebars on the top of the jet ski. So I actually came up with a really good idea. What I did is I got 2 magnet mounts with tall, basically the ATV, the ATV flags, whip flags. So I put one on each side of the trailer, magnet mounted on each side of the trailer. So when I was
you can
backing up
see
the
where-
trailer, I could see where the hell it was. It was terrible. It was the worst thing ever trying to back that thing up because it's such a short trailer too.
Yeah,
if you
it's gonna-
mess up at all, it's sideways.
Yeah.
Like there was a day where I was backing it in when I first got it. I hadn't got put the flags on it yet. And I was like, it was comical. Like I had one of the Rangers out there laughing. He's standing there on the thing laughing. And I'm like, I can't see the trailer. And he's like, yep. He goes, why don't you drop your tailgate? So I took my tonneau cover off, dropped the tailgate. Oh, that's easier. Now I can see it. So
Makes
those
sense.
little things like,
But it's
you know,
things you pick up from
And you learn it,
from
yeah.
doing because so I got lucky. I've always been good with trailers.
Was she 46?
No. Although, I mean, 45 maybe. Alrighty. Going over one of our sponsors, one of our founding sponsors here. It's going to be Sketchy Alias. He's a good buddy of mine. Known him for a long time. He is a freelance graphic designer from Arizona who specializes in vector-based artwork. It's actually really cool if you were to ever look into that. It's actually a cool thing. I've done a little bit of design myself, and he is amazing at it. He's shown me everything I've known so far, except for the stuff I learned myself, but he's taught me, even though I've done it for a while, he's taught me quite a few things, even recently. He's been working in design for over 15 years, and he works on everything from logos, apparel design, and social media. He's actually done a few stuff for us. He's done our logo, and looking forward to the stuff he's going to do for us because he's going to be doing all our artwork. So check him out. He's on Instagram. He has his own webpage. Go check out his stuff. Buy some of his merch. He is top notch.
What is the...
No.
Okay, no. We'll continue with this. We'll move on to another topic later. So I was going to say, what's the oldest age difference you've had?
Oh, geez.
Because when I was 22, I hooked up with a 52-year-old girl.
Yeah, no, mine was
I was
nowhere near
I was
that.
a young buck, and she was a ex-drill sergeant in the U.S. Army.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, well, I mean, obviously, and then they got to
Beautiful.
maintain themselves.
Crazy.
So
Absolutely nuts.
I don't think I've had that big of an age gap.
So
I
30
think
years
at
is
most
my
it's like-
number.
I
So
think-
now for me to do 30 years, it's got to be 76 or 16. And I'm not going to the 16 route because that's illegal. And that's kind of gross.
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah,
Lot
it's
of
more
it.
than kind of gross. That's
That's
disgusting.
a lot. I think my biggest age gap was 15, 17 years.
Okay.
So
that's
that's not-
still respectable.
That's yeah.
Almost 20
That was-
years.
That I was in my 20s.
So you could go. No, so now you can go. See, you're in a good shape. Oh no, you're not, because you'd be 16 as well. So for us to do the same gap below is bad.
No, 17,
Just don't do that.
17 years for me would actually be 20,
You're 36.
37.
Oh, okay. Then you'd be okay. You could get away with that.
20, I think, but still 20 is
No,
just like that.
that's just a terrible age.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, very
But
much
then
so.
again, they're crazy whatever age.
See? That's
Hot
what
crazy
around.
scale.
Yeah. Never works out very well.
No.
But
Pedo.
back to that little trailer thing. So I've been lucky.
Little trailer.
Little trailer. I've been lucky. So when I turned 16, my parents owned their own business. I had to do deliveries.
Oh, yeah.
So we had a big 6500 it was a 6500 Chevy. There's a 20-some foot flatbed on it, plus a 26-foot trailer.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice, easy trailer to pull.
Yeah, I think it was 26 foot.
Yeah,
Something
but
like that.
That's not a small trailer.
But
Oh, there's the tape.
throwing a full-size forklift on there.
Oh, geez, yeah. So
And then
that's,
delivering flagstone and
yeah.
material like that. And then you think about the little neighborhoods around here. As
Oh,
a
there's nowhere to
16-year-old.
turn around.
As a
Nowhere to turn
16-year-old.
around. And you end up in some cul-de-sac where
Yeah.
there's nowhere to turn around, and the truck
Had to
and trailer are
back it
too
out.
long. You'll have to back out
I
a
had to
half mile.
back out.
Yeah, thanks.
So that's how I learned. So I've been lucky because I did that. Don't get me wrong. I would never, thinking about it, I would never put a 16-year-old. I would never put a 16-year-old to
Oh, no.
drive something like that.
No, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. So I mean that's one of those weird things that until you've driven trailers and stuff. So I grew up doing hay on the farm, so
Yeah.
I know how to. Oh, that was gross. Too late.
Yeah.
I knew how to drive a manual transmission at like age 12, 13 years, 12, 13
Yeah.
years old. We were driving the farm truck around, and then when we're pulling hay and the hay bales and all that stuff, you had to pull those big hay tractors,
Yeah.
like the hay wagons, hay tractors, the hay wagons
trailers.
around, and there's some tough things to pull.
Yeah.
I mean, they rotate really good because usually the front axle spin depending on the trailer you have. But I mean, you just learn. It's a skill you pick up, and I'm glad I got the ability to do that, which was really nice.
So same here. That's why I'm saying like I was lucky because I
Yeah.
got to do that young. So I learned a lot from doing that. Granted, it probably wasn't the smartest thing, but
Yeah.
I guess.
How many cars did you
responsible
hit?
enough. None.
There you go. Then you won.
Yeah.
That's a win.
That's a win. Yeah, I'm sure I've hit more cars as an adult than I did as a teenager.
Yeah.
But I think on that note, we can wrap this up.
Well-
because we definitely don't want to go to those stories.
Oh no, not that's a whole podcast in of itself. So let's
Very much.
let's remember, guys. Let's live good,
Ride hard.
and we'll catch you next time.